Okay. You have been a client since what year?
I think we signed at the end of 2019, maybe early 2020. I'm looking at Kirby like, right? Oh, no. Yes. Yeah.
Kirby's still recovering, so he won't know. Okay, so that was a long process for you to go through, pick a new vendor. Tell us a little bit about that process. What, it was in depth and detailed because that's who you are.
Yes.
Tell us about what you
I'm a
went through.
monster with spreadsheets, total type A. I don't know if any of you are as well, but
No one in here is like that at all.
absolutely adore a good spreadsheet.
I saw that.
I had actually been looking at partner portals and partner resources since my employer before Tebra, which is Red Digital Cinema. It's a cinema grade camera manufacturer, so a little bit of a different venue, but was looking for a way to kind of aggregate resources. So I'd actually built this spreadsheet in 2018, and then we decided to think about a partner portal in 2019. I was like, great, I don't have to start from scratch. I have that. So we had a really unique situation that we were trying to solve where we are a healthcare software company. So best way to describe it, when you go to the doctor's not looking at you, they're just typing their notes into a computer. We built that. So we were looking for a way to partner with our billing companies to help practices that needed help with outsourced billing, get them to a billing company that could help them. And this was a program that had failed 3 times before. We tried to run it through spreadsheets. We tried to run it through Salesforce. Billing companies don't want to sit in Salesforce. So we had a very unique structure that we were looking to solve where we needed custom opportunity objects. And so that was the deal breaker. And everybody that we talked to was like, no, sorry, except for Impartner. So that was, we actually tortured Paul Decree for a very long time. He built us some really great resources.
He loves you still, though.
That's true. It is kind of ironic how I tortured them, but then they eventually do like me. So it's great. But we were able to kind of build a program that was, for the first time after 3 failed attempts, successful. And we were able to show results in our Salesforce instance, which was awesome. So good.
That is massive, right?
Yeah.
3 failed attempts?
3 failed attempts before. Yeah.
Yeah, that's terrible. I'm sure lots of us have experienced some of that as well, where you've tried and failed, and that wasted time and energy and dollars is hard. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry you went through all that, but I'm glad you're
Actually,
here.
the 3 failed attempts, I wasn't there. So this was
Okay.
the great one.
Okay.
I was the one that was like, let's try this. And it
You're
worked.
just the winner. I love that. Okay, good. With that, you have a small team.
Yes.
And you had to build a foundation. And it had to have a lot of automation.
Yeah. So we built this first program, which was kind of sending leads outwardly. We also have a very strong inbound model where we have IT consultants that work with practices and make recommendations on technology. They needed to kind of figure out a way to establish a relationship with us. And we had this beautiful mind map of choose your own adventure where it could come in this way, but it needs to go to this person. And then every time we wanted to bring on a new partner, we were building a custom landing page for their leads to come in. And it was really hard to kind of run that. And if you needed to iterate on those pages to kind of make sure that they were all on brand and they had the right message and that people were able to use them and easily reduce the friction of how they could refer to us. And so that's when we talked with Impartner about implementing referral automation.
I don't even have to ask the questions, do I? I could just sit up here and smile the whole time. That'd be great.
Which was amazing because it just had, you brought them into the portal and then it gave them a referral link and they could put it wherever they wanted to go, whatever terrible implementation they wanted to do on their end, it went to a beautifully branded page that would then give it to us, which was great.
Yeah, it still made you look good, even if they did something terrible, which is nice.
Yeah.
Tell me about the pain points before referrals.
It was, you had to talk to a lot of teams to get these partners set up. You had to create, we were almost tracking things under a partner account where it was almost nesting the referrals. We were having to make custom fields and just kind of track them very manually. And then every time you had to spin up a new
said a really
partner-
bad word. Manual.
Manual, yeah. It was very automatically manual. No, it was manually manual. It was manually
Exactly. Manual.
Yeah.
That's a swear word.
Yeah, it was a lot of spreadsheets. It was, and then you had to, because it was so manual, you wouldn't pay a partner unless the revenue was over a certain amount, which then discourages your partners as they're ramping. And it just kind of made it hard to encourage them, you know, and as they start kind of small, they want to give you a little bit of business and make sure that it goes well before they give you the rest of the business.
Once you did implement it, and it was beautiful, the link was beautiful no matter what. How, talk to me about the time you got back. Talk to me about no manual process.
So one of the best things that we were able to do with the referral automation is we have fantastic partners on our marketing operations side, and they were able to create direct partner accounts that had direct assignment relationships, or maybe you wanted to give them to one or two specific sales reps. It took so much time and effort away where you weren't having to update a lead distribution engine every single time or create a custom rule set to change who these leads went to. So, I mean, it allowed us to be able to say yes to more partners and to be able to really kind of onboard them quickly and efficiently. So it took it from somebody spending probably 60% of their time on it to spending 15% of their time.
That is improved efficiency for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
And I liked the part where you said saying yes to more partners.
Mm-hmm.
Did that increase your number of closed deals, more revenue?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And I think also it created more consistency and interest in referring more regularly from the partners, because if you make it easy for them to refer, then they want to do it more often. If they can have a location where they share this, where it's persistent, there's passive referring and then active referring, which is really interesting too. So it kind of allows them to
Explain that. Passive referring and active referring?
Yeah, so I think like when you think of a traditional deal registration, right, that's somebody going in and typing in all this stuff on their own, what we were able to do also is that with the referral link, that can exist in a social media post or it can exist on a website. And so you can actually differentiate those two referrals to say, this is an active hand raiser. So if the prospect says, I would like to learn more, and they fill in their own information, you can give that to a sales team in a different way. Like maybe that goes directly to an AE versus an MDR or an SDR to screen. So you can then kind of adjust your path to say, this is somebody that is asking for information right now and wants to learn more.
I mean, that's very efficient. I love that. That's amazing. Tell me, what other, best practices, nuggets of great insight would you share that you've learned along this process? Because you don't just use our referral automation, you use our PRM as well.
Yep.
Are there elements, best practices that you would want to share with people?
Yeah, I mean, well, first off, like I feel like I break things all the time.
Last night?
Yeah, twice. Actually, twice this week. I've done an amazing job of breaking things this week. And
Deleting
yeah.
complete welcome banners.
Yeah. Oops. People don't miss welcome banners, right? That's fine. I think it's always, best practice is like just to be able to try things. I think we get really kind of mired down in the making it perfect the first time. And sometimes you spend so much time on something and partners don't even like it, right? So you just kind of you got to be willing to like try something new and iterate and grow. One of the things I love about the referral automation platform is the fact that we get to pay our partners from inside Impartner. So I don't know how many times you spend worrying about collecting W-9s and payment information and chasing people down for that. We're now able to say, oh, wait, this person hasn't filled out their tax information, so we can't pay them yet. We're going to put them in this little bucket right here, and we'll come back to them when it's ready. And so it creates a lot of transparency for your partners to be able to see like, oh, these are all my payments that I got. And this is in the deal dashboard, the reasons why I'm getting paid. And I can see in my referral management dashboard all the things that qualify.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so finance likes me more than they previously did because I don't send them all these manual documents to process and ask them questions all the time or, put them into this process. We're really able to kind of manage the referral program holistically, which is really great. And thinking about best practices, it's just kind of, it's trial and error. I think every partner's so different. Like they all act.
Because you have how many different partner types?
We have 5. We have 5 partner types. So we have API integrators, our billing company resellers, our kind of like ecosystem referral partners, and then our IT consultants, which kind of act more like a traditional affiliate referrer.
Do you have, because Leah mentioned earlier the asset library, and I could tell how much joy it brings her.
I love a good asset library.
I know you do.
I'm with you.
I know. You have some best practices around asset library. This is off script, sorry.
Oh, yeah. That's okay.
These aren't off.
I'll talk to my agent about that. No, I think like, one of the things that I love looking at is what are the downloads? What are people actually looking at? You throw a guide in there and you get 1 view and 0 downloads, and you're kind of like, all right, that's probably not going to look good.
Spend more time on those.
Yeah. Let's build 20-page guides.
Yeah.
But the things that they love are the one sheets and the ability to co-brand. We were, the asset library and the ability to co-brand saved my team so much time because you're dealing with small businesses sometimes, and there's maybe 1 or 2 people there and they don't have a marketer, and they're like, I think this managed billing one sheet is fantastic. Can you put my logo on it? And you're like, oh, I can, but I have to ask creative, and then is that the best logo file you have? So you kind of like have this journey, and it spends a lot of cycles and stuff like that. Now with co-brand, you say this is where you put your logo, right there, and this is where you put
nowhere else.
Yeah, and nowhere else. And this
if
is
your
where
logo looks bad, that's your fault.
Yeah, and this is where you put your phone number, right there, nowhere else, website. So it really kind of gives them the flexibility and the freedom, and it allows them to kind of easily present themselves with, polished, we like to say it's nice, polished assets. And so you can kind of see how people are interacting there. I would say, the best practice I've learned from that is put things that aren't time boxed in there. So we do run quarterly campaigns, and we have resources to kind of launch those out, but we have those evergreen pieces that can be persistent. So whether they want to run a campaign or 2 campaigns in a quarter, there's still something there that they can use.
You can use version control as well as put timelines on it so they run out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They don't show anymore.
Yeah.
You've also built a very, very interesting channel where you have an inbound channel, partner channel. Tell us about that, because you have a massive success story around this.
Yeah. Which one is that one? I can't remember. No, I'm teasing. No.
Don't do that.
No, I think what's really great is like the ability to really pair a sales rep with a consultant and kind of direct assign their referrals to a specific sales rep. So knowing that they're able to send their clients to this one person and have a relationship and constantly kind of collaborate on their pipeline is really really wonderful. And being able to build that in so that it's very easy. If they submit the referral, it goes directly to that person. They can follow up, they can see the status, and really be able to make updates together is really awesome. We also recently did partner marketplace with ImPartner. So previously, our partner marketplace was static pages where you had to create, you'd send referrals to a partner and then you wonder, gosh, did it do anything? How did that even look? Who are our partners that are actually converting? So looking at that, you could kind of directionally understand it by page visits, but you didn't even know what was working best. So we actually created a partner marketplace where the partner can update their own stuff. They don't have to send you things and you update it on your own. And then you can track all of your referrals to each of your partners to understand, is this what people are wanting? Or do they need more, do they need more assistance with that? Or do we need different things in the marketplace?
The marketplace is amazing. If you're not using it, you need to, for sure. With your inbound model, what happened during COVID?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
story.
That story. Yeah. So
I want you to have a spotlight. This is great.
yeah. No, this one was a really interesting situation with the use case that we had to launch our portal. So it's COVID. I'm literally working at my dining room table, getting the partner portal up and running. And we were able to launch it right around May of 2020. So this was kind of like in the worst of the worst. People weren't really feeling comfortable going outside. And we had this referral program to help practices that needed help with their billing, which at that point in time, I think a lot of businesses were feeling under distress. And it's already hard to get paid in the healthcare market. It's really, it was a tough time for a lot of businesses. And so to this day, we still have partners that tell us that we were the reason why they weren't shut down during COVID, because we were able to help them get clients and connect them with impact, like clients that were well matched for their business. We had about 6 to 7 data points to make sure that they would align well. We had multiple partners that said that we were the reason why they survived COVID and actually flourished.
I mean, that's huge, right? To be able to say that the program you designed to send leads to partners help save their businesses.
Yeah.
I mean, you get teary about that for sure. Yeah. That's huge, right? Okay, so on that same note, tell me how, from going to Tebra, implementing ImPartner, how has this impacted you personally, your career?
Yeah, I think we're all in a really unique position being in partnerships, right? Because I think the lines are always a little blurry. No path is straight ever. Like it kind of takes really big winding turns. And so what I've really loved about it is I get to collaborate with so many people in the company. Like you get to talk to engineering, you get to talk to finance, sales, product. You're always kind of on a different adventure every day. And so it's really kind of helped me foster so many connections through the business and really kind of, learn new things. We're always learning, aren't we? It's just like, it's an
I love
adventure every day.
That's great.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to share?
No, I mean, I've had so much fun with y'all today. I mean, everyone's just so like, I feel like, I don't know about you, but partner teams are always teeny tiny and you're always kind of like scrounging for resources and bartering and stealing. And you kind of feel like you're always sometimes failing in some way. I know that's like, we're probably all like super hard on ourselves.
None of us know what you're talking about.
It's just awesome to come and like be inspired by other programs and what people are doing. And so, I guess my parting word would say, like, you're probably all doing amazing, amazing jobs, even if you sometimes don't feel like it. But it is some hard work and partner. So
I love it. Questions from the audience? I know there are some. Who?
And if your first question is when is happy hour, I think that's in like 30 minutes. So yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
My ears pricked up when you said Buttons appreciates how you're paying your partners through ePartner. I don't know anything about that. How does that work for invoice? Are you collecting invoices?
Yeah, so we actually run a PO to fund our payment system. And so we run a PO. I basically do a blanket PO for the year based on assumptions of what that's going to look like and kind of break it up into monthly transfers. So the one thing that they're running is that PO. Usually try and, overload it because it is a slow process. And then the way that I've kind of simplified the payment process to be very specific based off of demos performed so that it's very easy for a partner to be able to go in and say, okay, I had X number of demos in that month, and that equals the payment that comes in. And so they're able to track the payment amount over time. So they have transparency in how much they're earning from us. And then they can also update like their bank details whenever they want and stuff like that. It is an ACH payment. And I believe that, I don't actually know how it shows up on the other end, but I think it probably shows, what I usually do is on the memo line, say that it's coming from our partner program for X month so that they know where it's coming from. Yeah. Yeah.
It's run through Trolley, though, right?
Yeah, I think it runs
So
through
it's run
Trolley.
through a third party that we connect to.
Yeah.
So a payment provider. We're not doing the actual payments, calculations, currency management, ACH, all of that. We capture the data and then we push it through. You don't want me doing the calculations.
That's why I simplified it, because I needed easy math. Okay, 5 times 150 equals, or
But you also put that communication back in so that your partners aren't calling you or their cam saying, where's my check?
yeah.
Where's, when am I getting paid? TikTok, right?
Yeah, what's really nice is that it actually schedules batches for you. So there's a persistent monthly batch that schedules on a certain day of the month. So we always kind of back into that. And then you can run one-off batches as needed. So if there's ever like a correction that's needed or anything like that, I'm very lucky also. I only have US based partners. So I only have to operate in USD, but it is multi-currency as well. So there are people, I believe, that run payments through multi-currency. But yeah,
Definitely. Yeah.
that was a great question.
She's great. Kristen's
Yeah.
great. Yeah. Scott, I know you have a question too, don't you? No, just put him on the spot. Okay. Anyone else? Questions? All right. Well, Amanda, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
It's great to see everyone. Thank you.